good evening. This is the Dart Show Live with Dan Dawson and Gabbie Partington. Welcome to Alexandra Palace. Yes, that's what we like to hear. Well, Christmas may be over, but the darts is far from it. Who's up for a right old, great evening session tonight? You at the front, I can tell it. I can see it in your eyes. And by judging from the darts menu, Dan, it's looking like a good one, isn't it?
Yes, we have a succession of top players from their countries. We have the Dutch #1, mighty Michael van Gerwen. Ah, there are some fans. We have the English #1, Michael Smith. We have the German #2. Haben wir Martin Schindler fans heute? Yeah, we've got a lot of German fans in this evening. And we've got the Australian #1, Damon Heta. Not many Australians.
Too far for them to travel, too far for them to travel. Well, let's go back and travel back to this afternoon, shall we, Dan, and relive it, because it was an afternoon of absolute comebacks, wasn't it?
Incredible stuff, let's be honest. We'll show you all the games in chronological order. Just the 3 games we had for you in each session at the moment as we're in the 3rd round of the tournament. It all started off with Ryan Searle racing into a 3-set lead against José de Sousa, the Portuguese man of scores. And back he came, José, and Ryan Searle was powerless to stop him. That will be one of the toughest defeats for Ryan to take. He's been so good on TV this year, hasn't had much luck. That's not down to luck. He had all the luck in the world. He was 3-0 up in sets and could not convert it. And there's a weird little moment at the end of this where José wants to laugh and joke about it. Ryan Searle isn't that keen. But it is the world #17, José de Sousa, who booked his place through in the opening game of the afternoon.
OK, as well as him, let's move on to Scotsman Alan Soutar. What a win for him.
Alan Soutar.
Scottish Penguins.
What a player this man is. He reached the last 16 last year on his debut. He's playing even better now. Some people picked him out as a dark horse for this tournament to go on a run. And at 2-0 down to a spectacular Danny Noppert, it did not look like it was happening. But 4 sets on the spin for Soot. He is a firefighter. He's a guide dog trainer. And he is an incredible dart player. What a man, what a performance, and what a run he's having again at Ali Pali.
OK, we've gone from one Scotsman winning to one Scotsman losing in Gary Anderson. Talk me through that one.
Yeah, Gary Anderson. Well, the first set against Chris Dobie, it was the Gary Anderson of old. This is a bloke who reaches the semi-finals of the World Championship more often than he doesn't. But he has just suffered his earliest exit in this tournament since his debut in the 2010 event. 4 sets on the spin for Chris Dobie. He got better and better as the game went on. Gary Anderson faded, and I really don't know what that means for the Flying Scotsman. The 2-time world champion, out of the top 20 in the world. I'm not sure how much we're going to see him from now on. It really is that kind of a big issue he's got to deal with now. OK, well, we've got some seagulls in the house. Yeah, make some noise, come on. They're a bit louder than that. We've got some sunflowers in the house. Some sunflower. Too busy getting a bunch. Sunflower's not interested.
There. And some Christmas men. Belated Christmas men. We also have MVG on tonight. Any MVG fans in the house? And here he is, taking on Damon Heta, who's first on in a game of the Bullseye Challenge.
Hello and welcome to the Bullseye Challenge. Joining me today, not only have we got Damon Heta, but Michael van Gerwen. Gentlemen, 90 seconds on the clock. As many in and out of balls as you can hit. 1 point for the 25, 3 points for the Bullseye. 90 seconds on the clock. This is the Bullseye Challenge.
The Bullseye to go! The ball! Oh, what about that?
Gentlemen, 90 seconds on the clock, starting now.
Oh. Sorry, mate.
There's 1.
Jeez.
And that without practice, eh?
Oh, go on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, nice one. Everyone can beat that.
Come on, mate.
Hey, good job.
Go on. Anyone actually counting them?
I am.
Oh,
Got 21.
Oh, dear. This is crap, actually.
30 seconds left, you're on 22. Michael?
Oh, he was leaving it for me. Trying to give us a help. Come on. That's in.
2 bullseyes, is it?
No, 1.
8 seconds left.
Smash it in. Smash it in.
No pressure either.
And there we go, time
that's
up, 28
terrible.
points. It's not too bad, it's not too bad.
I had 3 times 1 ball, what the fuck is that about?
There we go.
Well, there you have it. That's how our experts get the job done with a total score of 28. Our high score on this very stage is 12. Now, these next 2 victims with Dan certainly have the support, don't they? But do they have the skill? Let Everest do the talking. Dan's dead.
That is what we're going to find out. Do they have the skill to take on and win against the Bullseye Challenge? I'm joined by these 2 magnificently dressed individuals. What are your names and where are you from?
Hi, I'm from Belgium.
Belgium, there we go. And?
Peter from Antwerp.
Ah, from Antwerp. Now, the big question, of course, you've got the big old Belgian clash coming up. Who wins out of Kim Huybrechts and Dimitri van den Berg when they face each other for a spot in the quarterfinals?
Dimitri.
Dimitri and?
I'm going for Kim.
Ooh, divided Belgiums now. But can they work as a team to win these prizes? I'm going to get you thrown at the bullseye for 60 seconds. If you hit the bull, the red bit, that's 3 points. If you hit the green bit, the 25, that is 1 point. Now I'm going to set you a target. The target is only 3 points. You can do that with 1 dart. If you get that target, you get this beautiful t-shirt. It's exciting, isn't it?
It's very sexy.
Imagine walking down the streets of Antwerp in this, my friend. How tall would you feel?
So amazing tall, very big.
Very big indeed, that's right. However, if you get the highest score that we see over the whole of the Kazoo World Darts Championship, and the highest score so far is 12 points, it's a good total. I'm going to give you 4 tickets to any night of PDC Darts of your choosing next year. That could be the World Championship final, it could be the Premier League final, it could be anything you want, it could be the European Tour in Visa in Belgium next year, my friends. Let's go, we are ready because the Bullseye Challenge is on.
You know they're the bullseye, the go ahead, the bull! Oh, what about that?
My Belgian friends, you have 60 seconds throwing at the bullseye. Your time starts now. We are off and running. There were some good darts in the practice darts, but can they reproduce it under the pressure in the iconic venue of Alexandra Palace, the home of the World Darts Championship? We are around the bullseye, but we are not in the bullseye, and that is not good enough in the Bullseye Challenger a quarter of the way through the time. We're still searching for our first point. 1 perfect dart, and they get the t-shirts, and they'll be going back to Belgium looking like the bells of the ball. But can they find that perfect dart? We're still looking halfway through the time. Is it time to panic? Are we panicking? There might be panic because there's only 20 seconds left and we're yet to register. This does not look good. Oh my word, he's pulled it out the fire! 3 points, they've got the t-shirts, another point! 4 points, the crowd are with them, they're on a roll! Beautiful stuff, and that is that. Congratulations, gentlemen, a t-shirt for you. A t-shirt for you. And because you know what, I'm feeling generous. No, not the tickets, no. How about a headband? There we go, and a headband for you. Gentlemen, congratulations, superb arrows. I will take the darts off you. Gabbie.
Well, there we have it. Their darts took the part, and so do their new outfits. Our amateurs for today. Round of applause for them. Well, here at the Palace, we like to give you the opportunity to vote for your scores for each session and throughout the competition. You can do that on the PDC Instagram. But we also like to hear from the pundits, don't we, Dan? So here we have TalkSport's Abigail Davies saying what she thinks for tonight.
So the one thing we can learn from this afternoon session is that taking a lead isn't necessarily a good thing. First up this evening, we've got Joe Cullen up against Damon Heta. Of course, you have to cast your mind back to their meetings earlier this year at the Grand Prix and, of course, at the match play where Joe Cullen was far superior. But I think Heta's already shown with his victory over Adrian Lewis that he is bringing his floor and Euro Tour form to the big stage. I'm actually backing a lot of 180s and Heta to get over the line 4-3 in a very close encounter. Second up, Michael van Gerwen up against Mensur Suljovic, and I'm going for Michael van Gerwen to come through in a convincing victory. Of course, we saw him with a 1.25 average in the second set of his victory over Louis Williams, and I expect more fireworks from him in this one. Third up then, we do of course have Michael Smith back in action against Shindy, who's been superb this year, but I think it'll be another victory for Michael Smith. I'm going 4-1 in that one for the man who says if he wins this tournament, he'll do a Jay Cartwright because he could be world number 1, and darts, he'll have completed it, mate.
Well, there we have it in Pundits versus the People. That was the pundit Abigail Davies' predictions. And we also have the People's, you guys, up here on the screen. So let's see how they match up. Well, the Pundits are in the lead by 3 points and 48 to 45. Now, let's look at these, Dan. What are you thinking, looking from that?
Well, look, the only point of difference they've got is, I think, the most difficult game to call tonight, and it's the opening game between the Masters champion Joe Cullen and Damon Heta, the World Cup winner and Australia's #1. Let's show you the head-to-head stats for each games as we go through, because that first game could be an absolute barnstormer. Joe Cullen does not have a brilliant record here at Alexandra Palace. Damon Heta has not had a brilliant record on the TV this year, certainly since the UK Open and that World Cup win. However, if he has got over that mental hurdle, he got that first victory here in the first round, or his first game at Ali Pali, the bookies can't split him. I think it's close, and I think Abby's right. There's going to be a load of 180s. It's a difficult one to call, though.
OK, well, they played each other a few times, haven't they? This is their 4th TV appearance this year.
Yes.
With Cullen winning 3. So do you reckon it's Heta's time?
Well, I mean, Joe Cullen will feel he's got 1 over, well, 3 over on Damon Heta, but you can't underestimate this guy. He is one of the top performers, and right at the very top in terms of the Pro Tour events. He's got to bring that onto the biggest stage of all tonight.
OK, we'll tell you someone who's been bringing it large onto the big stage tonight will be Michael van Gerwen. Yes, a few fans here. There we are, the T-shirt replica there. Just with a little bit more hair. Yeah. Well, he's got 10 titles to his name this year, doesn't he? Will he make it an 11th against Mensur Suljovic?
Well, a lot of people think that he will, and quite frankly, with Gary Anderson and Peter Wright gone, that'll further solidify people's convictions that Michael van Gerwen will become a 4-time world champion. Everything about this game says Michael van Gerwen wins it easily. The thing is, I can't overlook the fact that Mensur Suljovic can make things difficult for him. I'm certainly not of the opinion that he's just going to blast him off the board 4-0, like a lot of people are saying. I think Mensur gets sets, and if he does get into the game and starts to believe he can win it, he really could produce an enormous shock. But MVG is the heavy favourite, and rightly so.
OK, well, we've got another favourite in the mix in Bully Boy Michael Smith, which there we have one fan at the front there, thank goodness. How do we see this one? He, of course, last year was runner-up, wasn't he? He's won the Grand Slam too this year. So, is this his time?
Well, it may be his time. He is the Grand Slam champion. He's finally got over that hurdle of winning a major title, and there was a spell this year, about 6 weeks or so, where he was the best player on the planet. He won a whole load of titles. If he can bring that here, he's got a real chance. But I also think that Martin Schindler, who's having the best year of his career, and there'll be about a quarter of that hall in there of German fans. Haben wir einige Deutsche hier dieses Abend?
None at the front, maybe at the back.
Yeah,
you can't hear.
we've got some Schindler fans in. We've got some over there.
We've got some.
They will give him support. I think you're going to see a bucket load of 180s. I think it's going to be good. But Martin Schindler, to win that match, it's probably going to be the biggest win of his life.
OK, I forgot to ask you at the start, Dan, which matchup are you most looking forward to watching?
Well, the first one I think is the most difficult to call, but I actually think Michael Smith, Martin Schindler might be the best watch. So, look, if you see 2 brilliant games to start off with, it might not even be the best one of the night by the time we get to the Bully Boy versus the Wall.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dart Show Live, night 11 here at Alexandra Palace. That is goodbye for us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Who wants a headband?
It is quite simply the biggest show, the ultimate, the dream of so many.
That's what I like to see. That's real darts. That is astonishing. That is a 9-dart finish.
Tungsten testosterone.
Oh, what a game there was!
Have you ever seen the light? James Wade doing what James Wade does. What a finish! Raises the roof for the Alexandra Palace. A thrill a minute wide, guaranteed. What an experience.
Something to behold. Oozing confidence up there. Raymond van Barneveld simply had no answer. Magnificent MVG.
Oh, magnificent, sensational dance. And this time, Peter gets it right.
Peter Wright is the champion of the world.